Right, so Coach, the new punter, Corey Vedvik, had his first practice today. How was it getting to know him and getting him situated here on that special teams?
Yeah, well, the one thing about him, he's definitely well-traveled. He's seems excited to be here. He got introduced to the Tim Hortons Field wind, so that was good. Other than that, it's been a whirlwind for him over the last 24 or so hours, but I like the way he's responded.
And the new QB, Glass, just the last few days he's been able to practice. Just what have you seen from him so far on that offense?
Well, he hasn't gotten a lot of reps, is the bottom line. But, his preparation, his demeanor around the building is all we can really go off of right now. He's attentive, and obviously we'll see over time.
And Scott's worked now with that offense on the play calling and been out on the field since Sunday. Just how's his approach been with that unit?
Professional. Same thing as I had mentioned day one. Professional, organized. You see it. You were at practice. He's, he'll be ready to go. And next step for him is, obviously get this film watched, put it behind us, and then the day before, and then obviously he'll get back on and call a game.
Thanks.
How do you figure out, or maybe you don't want to say how it works? He tended to be a sideline guy before. Would he be up top or down?
Yeah, we're still determining that. To be honest with you, Steve, he's he obviously as a head coach, he was obviously on the sideline when he called the game. We'll do whatever he feels is best at this point in time. If he wants the view from above, he's not foreign at all to calling a game from up there. If he's more needed on the sideline, we'll figure that out. Still to be determined.
When he was a consultant, we had him in camp, and then then he went home, and you said you were in contact with him. How regularly would you have been?
Oh, probably once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah, just as an overview, and I talked about everything. It wasn't, it always ranged.
Do you expect any changes in style or anything like that? I realize that the quarterback still new, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, while he knew who Taylor was, and he was obviously had all the practice tape watched, he still hadn't seen how he progressed or any of those sorts of things along the way. So he's learning Taylor, Taylor's learning him. Obviously, when you're talking about styles, it doesn't matter who you bring in or what you do. What's going to be different is just how they call a football game.
There are 11 other guys beyond the field, so I would assume the playbook can't change too much.
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job of mixing, what it is that the players can digest, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but he's also infused some of his own stuff, which is now our stuff. But, for the most part, he's been able to, digest. He does know our terminology a little bit. And it's just going to be an ongoing process.
So, for my own, you'll use the same terminology, roughly. It's pretty hard to change it. That's what I meant.
No, there'll be some things that'll change. Absolutely. But, again, what I was trying to say here is that he's done a great job of not overloading our people with, hey, this is what we're doing now. Here, you got to digest it. He's done a nice job of keeping in what it is, but also he's got to set himself up to be the best version of himself and call his best game. So there will be some change.
What's the best word to describe the last 2 weeks, knowing what Tommy has meant to this franchise, knowing your relationship with Scott, that on the surface can appear to be a difficult situation for a coach.
Yeah, I know you weren't here early in the week, Matt. I addressed that early on. The bye week is normally supposed to be a little relaxing and able to get away. This is by far my toughest bye week, considering the circumstances. But we've moved forward with that. My relationship with Scott, obviously that dates back to 2013. We've stayed in consistent contact, and we've even been in contact, as I was talking to Steve about, throughout the season. We were probably talking once a week about all various things of just being a head coach and everything, not just offensive specific. So, I'm excited for him. You can tell he's excited, but ultimately here we're here to win games, and that's our next step.
Does it make it not easier, but does it make it different because of that relationship? Because professionally, and I know Scott professionally as you do and spend enough time around him, that he's not, he knows that you're the coach. He's going to come here and be himself, and that it's an easier working relationship than it might be
I got you.
in different situations.
100%, and I think we've already vibed. We've changed a few things in practice that he felt like he needed to get in to help out and expedite some of this process. And so he knows that I'm open to that. He knows me as a person. He knows me as a coach. I respect where he's been, and I've actually been in his shoes, to be honest with you. When I was a coordinator after 6 games into my second year of coaching, right? And so I think he's, for him, my encouragement to Scott is just be you. And he's been Scott. That's not a challenge for him at all. It's been fun to see him just break down film, be in his element, be in front of a room, watch him coach. It's been fun to watch.
And my last one, and I don't know if Steve just asked you this, so I'm sorry if you did, but the one thing also that you and I have seen with Scott is his interaction with young quarterbacks, what he was able to do with Zach and Trevor, and the kind of rapport he built. And it was very different with both of them because of different personalities.
Right.
Have you seen an excitement out of Taylor? Because he got a chance to be around Scott in preseason during training camp, but have you seen him like that kind of same level of excitement? Because I remember Scott enjoying that time that he spent around Zach and Trevor and teaching them and kind of having the chance to mold them as quarterbacks.
To be honest with you, Taylor, I think Taylor would be excited if you were in there at coordinator. Well, I just mean what I mean by that is Taylor loves football. He is excited for this opportunity. He's grateful. He wants to be here. He wants to get better. He wants to be coached. So as far as that, you'd have to ask Taylor. I know Taylor was extremely excited when Tommy was here. I know he's equally excited that Scott's here. And, for him, it's just how can I prepare? He knows he's the guy right now, and how can I prepare? So I don't think he's comparing or if there's any extra. He's just been a pro since the time he's been here as a Hamilton Tiger Cat.